Well, Chris Summers, I got to shake your hand and thank you for coming out, and welcome to Brokers in Bars Getting Beers.
I mean, I like the whole theme, brokers in bars. In bars?
Brokers in bars getting beers. In this case, getting some vodka.
I'm getting some Grey Goose vodka, but either or, I really like the concept.
You're keeping it real with the Grey Goose.
You know, I try.
Do you have a favorite vodka?
Stateside is one of my favorites.
You plug in the local.
I live like 2 blocks north of Stateside now, and it's local.
Yeah.
And supposedly there's like electrolytes in there, which helps a little bit, maybe for the next day. But I do like Grey Goose a lot too.
So today we are at the Trocadero. This is the balcony bar, I believe. I may be not using the professional term. Now, the tuning fork in my loins, that's a musical term, goes off a little bit. I get excited coming here. I don't know if you have any history coming to the Troc and seeing any shows.
I do, Greg. You know, just like walking through here when nothing is happening, it's like kind of surreal. Like,
right.
Literally, I walked right by, and I'm like, "Where's the Trocadero?" Like, and, you know, because usually like people are out. You know, they got the bouncer, IDs, and it could be some music. But just walking through here, it's like really cool. So
cool.
Thanks for bringing me here.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, it's a special. So their last show is going to be June the 1st.
June 1st.
And then they're going to shutter their doors, perhaps. You know, the main stage, this is sort of the stage where a lot of the local up and coming acts play, right? So rental space is maybe a third, according, you know, to the main stage. Comedy shows. So this started in 1870. They opened this venue.
1870.
It was, I'm gonna look down, the Arch Street Opera House back in 1970.
Cool.
Musical comedies, traveling minstrel shows. So nothing in your Spotify right now.
Right.
But then like in the 50s it was vaudeville and some burlesque.
Yeah.
Which I understand you have a burlesque person on your team. We'll get to the team in a minute. Because you're all about individual stories, and I know.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that.
But get a quick shout out. But you're right, because like, you know, there's been some amazing shows here. I'm sure you've seen.
Yep.
You know, I've seen. You know, but I've also seen like the Peekaboo Review here.
Yes.
Who Jen Bagby on my team is on the Peekaboo, and like there's been some great. You know, their burlesque comedy show has always been, you know, a must see.
So this is actually on the U.S. Register of Historic Places.
Okay.
The Troc. And it is, well, right now, the only still standing 19th century Victorian theater that's open for shows. So up until June 1st, we're making history. So it's pretty cool. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about, you've got the t-shirt on, Closer. And you don't hide away from the fact that you're all about negotiation skills. I know on your website you talk a lot about that. On Facebook you talked about just the art of closing and the fact you have a reputation of doing so.
Right.
So I was in management and I managed people, and there's a fine line between, you know, bringing on people that have those behaviors and those skill sets that need to succeed.
Right.
And you being sort of someone that can help reinforce or lead, and sometimes you can become a crutch, right? Because you can become the closer for them. I mean, they just sort of organically develop the opportunity, and you come in and you're the hammer and you close.
Right.
Talk to me about the talent acquisition process, the hiring process. Like, what skill sets or personality traits do you think require someone to be a closer, to have good negotiation skills?
Well, I think the funny thing about that, it's kind of a paradox, like, you know, in terms of like closing and sales, like in my mind, you know, in prior careers, I was really bad. Like, I wasn't good at sales, but you know, it's not something that you're just born with. It's a learned practice. So if people are like a little bit nervous, like, hey, how can I do this? You know, am I okay dealing with rejection? Can I ask these questions? You know, you should do this. You know, like maybe lead someone to the path of opportunity. You know, I kind of acquired those skills over time. And you can certainly read a lot of self-development books that kind of help with that too.
Yep.
And I think if you're kind of like looking to recruit talent, in no matter what industry it is, but I think in real estate, it's those people that are just genuine, they're social, they know a lot of people. Like we're at the Troc, I think some realtors on my team and some that I know, like we're past bartenders, or servers. They just know a lot of people. And just because of that, that helps their sphere. But in addition to that, it's a constant dialogue that you're constantly having with people in terms of, starting a conversation, asking questions, to kind of lead, to the next step.
Okay. So we'll say you're half of the leadership team at Summers' team. We'll say you're the lesser half because your wife isn't here. I'm certainly the better half.
I'm the
right?
lesser half.
Okay.
She's like the genius, but behind it. She looks a little bit better than me too. But
so how in the hell does a guy with a financial background, right? Accountant and stockbroker, and she was in teaching and holistic nutrition.
Correct.
How do these two heads of state come together to have a rock star real estate team?
I mean, I think the cool thing about life, Greg, is like you never know what's going to happen tomorrow or today or in the next moment. So like number one, like I fell into real estate.
Really?
You know, like as a stockbroker, like
What year is that?
I got my license in 2004.
Okay.
And basically a friend of mine, you know, who I became, you know, down the road, owners at Remax Access, I'm no longer there. I said, Chris, you should get into real estate. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. You know, but I was open to it and it happened.
Were you unhappy in your other life, or what?
No,
Talk me through that.
It was just a transition period where, you know, I knew that, you know, I really couldn't be in that stockbroker position anymore. There was a lot of changes happening back then,
Okay.
you know, with online trading, you know, some other things going on, and,
Yep.
it just wasn't for me anymore.
Okay.
And that's okay, but I acquired a lot of sales skills from that.
Sure.
And then fast forward, you know, speaking of like, you know, cool places, I'm at a cool place. I was just about ready to leave. I'm like, well, let me walk around one more time. And when I did that, you know, I ran into Stephanie.
Really?
Just out of the blue. It's like, hi. Hey.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but like fast forward from there, it's like, you know, because I started doing some real estate, you know, she kind of, you know, was attracted to what I was doing and like, hey, we could probably do a little bit better, you know, with marketing listings, be a little bit more creative.
Sure.
You know, she was traveling a lot, and I'm like, well, why are you going down to the Schuylkill and going to wherever you're going and, you know, spending 3 hours a day going back and forth? So once we got together, I think that was like the stepping stone to things to come. And then the flipping and the renovations, you know, that came later.
Okay. So it was a communal leap of faith with one combined end goal.
Correct. Like she talks about, you know, the universe will conspire for you, you know,
Right.
if you put, you know, good things out there. And I really believe in that.